Once upon a time, there was a cat called Lightning. Lightning woke one morning to find his favourite toy had disappeared. He went through his cat flap to look for clues, and then
the cat Lightning saw another cat called Vanessa with his favorite toy. Vanessa wouldn't give him his toy. Lightning and Vanessa had a fight. Lightning won. He grabbed his toy and
he ran indoors, but Vanessa chased after him. They ran into the kitchen. Pots and pans came crashing down. Then, through the hall, smashing some vases. And then they went into the living room and Vanessa went into a table which had an urn full of ashes on it. The urn full of ashes went into the 60-inch TV, which came crashing down into the wall, with the urn going straight into the wall too. The end. Hope you liked the story, and goodbye.
Freddie was going on a vacation, and we don't know why he has a giant suitcase and a giant bicycle, but then he was here at his vacation. So, everything just fell down, but what he didn't know was something alive in his suitcase. And he didn't know why it was shaking, so it just dumped out, and then a little sponge came out. He's so confused why there's a sponge. This one now. And then, instead of a suitcase, this would be a little house. What is that bicycle doing? Get his helmet back on. And then, what is that sponge doing? It seems like it's going in and out of that big pool window. And then he just had that. Whilst that sponge was doing what it's doing, and he knows why the suitcase is moving and that sponge is getting out of the window. Okay, and then first Lego Man went to London, and Hot Wheel came over and said, "I've got a flat wheel. I cannot go to London." And then Bus came and said, "No way, my carriages are full." And then Train said, "Yes, I haven't even been touched for a year." "To the station, Westcliff." "Thanks," said Lego Man. Train back home. "Oh no, I've forgotten my bag." "Let's go back home." Then Bus said, Bus said,
Were my friends on the train?
"Were my friends on the train?" "Yes." "Brilliant!" Next, Africa now. Austria, Australia, France, and now I know bonjour and trish. And back at school. The end. Bye. Once upon a time, there was a little princess. She walked to a deep, deep forest. She saw a beautiful rainbow unicorn with magical powers. The unicorn took the princess to a big tree where fairies live. and suddenly there was a bright flash, and then the bright flashing light, and this is who appeared, Sammy. And then there was another flashing light, and it went like this, and then 2 people appeared, and then there was another flashing light, and then this guy appeared, and then there was the fastest flashing light of all, and this guy appeared. And then they found a magic jetpack, and Max picked it up, and then he put it on his back like this, and then he and then it flew him in the circle like this, and then he said down, and it went down, and then he said up, so it went up, then he said left, so it went left, and then it went left, then white, then left, then white, then left. Then he said white, so it went white. Then he said left, so it went left. Now it said forward. Now he said forward, so it went forward. Now he said backwards, so it went backwards. Now it said spinny roundy, so it went spinny roundy like this. Yes. The end.
So today we're going to do Rocket Talks. This is a story, and right now I've got my dog Rocket just here. Can you see? He's now 4. He was 3 at the 7th of May, and now he's bigger. So this is the story of Rocket Talks. Once upon a time, there lived a little dog called Rocket, and his owner Tony. When Tony went to bed at 9 o'clock and Rocket talked at 0:05. So one day Tony said it's 0 o'clock, but it was actually 12, because it's the other way round. And then
Rocket and Tony went outside and found out their Minto-filled rocket has been taken away. Bye.
bye.
Okay, so once upon a time there was a secret Krabby Patty formula that Plankton kept on trying to get, but Mr. Krabs always got Plankton, and then Mr. Krabs just flew Plankton away to the Tom bucket. Ow! I don't know why I said ow. SpongeBob my boy. SpongeBob my boy. Yes, Mr. Krabs. You're really good at keeping the secret Krabby Patty formula good. Oh, I know. And then it was the end of fighting. And then SpongeBob was trying to get away. And Krabs was just sleeping. And then SpongeBob went back to his old pineapple. And then Plankton got the secret Krabby Patty formula. And then
SpongeBob SquarePants was doing Joe Wicks
then his pants tore in two. Then he went to the crab, got the crab's pants. Then he ripped them on. There's too many holes, and cobras came, go up those holes into the SpongeBob. Then he needed a sneeze. Then he sneezed all of the cobras out.
Whoa, goodness.
Bye guys, stay
you,
safe.
Yash.
Bye guys, stay safe.
Bye.
Once upon a time, there was a cat called Lightning. Lightning woke one morning to find his favourite toy had disappeared. He went through his cat flap to look for clues, and then...
Lightning found footprints out the back garden, but his favourite toy was on a washing line, but the birdie took off. The birdie took it and flew off with it.
And then he went back home, figuring that there was some cat saying meow. He went in. His adults say, "Why is there two cats? One is Lightning and one is someone else." He went to the kitchen to get Lightning's favorite food. She fed Lightning. Lightning said, She fed another cat and said, bleh. Went away, and they then lived happily ever after. Bye. See you next time.
Hello everyone and welcome to today's challenge. Today I'm going to be telling you my story of Charlie Bucket. Once upon a time there lived a little boy named Charlie Bucket. He lives with his mum, dad and 4 grandparents. He loves chocolate. But Mr. Willy Wonka's chocolate factory shut down. But Mr. Willy Wonka tried to make it fair and put 5 golden lucky tickets inside 5 of his specially designed chocolate bars. And the 5 lucky finders of his 5 lucky golden tickets will get to have 3 chocolate bars for the rest of the year. And then a few days passed on. Before January the 31st, 4 people have found 4 golden tickets already, and there was only 1 more golden ticket to be found. So then Charlie rushed to a nearby store down the road and asked the shopkeeper for 1 dark Willy Wonka chocolate bar. And as he opened the chocolate bar slightly and gently, he saw something gleaming and shining like a star. He was suspecting it was the last and final golden ticket, but he didn't know yet. But as he opened it and took the ticket out, he found the last and final golden ticket, and everyone started begging him to have the golden tickets, and they would pay him £500. And then
he saw a poor boy there, but he was not saying to give £500 for the ticket. Charlie gave the ticket to him so that he will get a chocolate bar free rest of the year. Seeing the kindness of Charlie, the shop owner said he will give Charlie chocolate bar free the rest of the year. Charlie became happy and he got chocolate bar free rest of the year. Bye, see you next time.
Once upon a time, there was a little princess. She walked to a deep, deep forest. She saw a beautiful rainbow unicorn with magical powers. The unicorn took the princess to a big tree where fairies live. And suddenly, there was a bright flash. And then...
Suddenly, there was a bright flash, and then an unmistakable sound of singing. The princess gazed into the tree and saw a choir of fairies singing. She started to cry because the song was so sad. The fairies are sad because the fairy prince is missing, the unicorn explained. They need a brave princess who will go in search of him all throughout the deep, deep forest. I will go, said the little princess. Will you go with me? She asked the unicorn. The unicorn dipped her head to show that she would and invited the princess to climb on her back. They trotted bravely into the forest. After many hours had passed, the little princess thought she heard a strange rattling noise above her. The sound was coming from the ancient branches of a great elm tree. The princess dismounted from the unicorn, hiked up her dress, and climbed the tree until she found the source of the strange sound. She found a silver cage attached to the trunk of the tree, and in it, rattling the bars in an attempt to escape, was the fairy prince. How came you to be trapped? The little princess asked the prince. I was lured here by the lies of the evil Goblin King. He hopes to take over the forest and destroy the magnificent fairy tree. With the fairies gone from the wood, no one will be safe. We must be quick and return, or all may yet be lost, the fairy prince urged. The little princess opened the cage, and then...
Hi guys, my name is Senna. I'm gonna read you guys the last part of my story. The farmer ran to the shadow. Oh no, there was a big fox, the farmer said. The fox were trying to open the hen's hut's door. The farmer shouted to the fox. The fox was too scared, so he ran quickly. Then the hens were rescued, and the farmer and the hens were happy. The end.
Hello everyone, today I'm going to be completing the end of my Charlie Bucket story. And then the shopkeeper told Charlie Bucket to run back home, and as he was running back home, his parents got a message from Mr. Willy Wonka saying that they should tell Charlie to meet him at his factory at 10 a.m. sharp, February the 1st. And as Grandpa Joe heard that news, he burst out of his bed for the first time and said, please, can I go? I've never been there before and I really want to go. And then Charlie accepted. And on that day, Charlie Bucket and his grandpa were waiting out of Mr. Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. And they got as much chocolate as they needed that day, and that was how they liked it. The end. Bye. Thank you.
Hi Morton, my name is Tu and I'm here to complete my story. Once upon a time in the land of Miceville, there lived a mouse named Mr. Mice. One morning, Mr. Mice heard a sound at his door and got up from his bed. He crept to the back of the door and opened the door. And then Mr. Mice saw his brother. He was joyous and welcomed his brother. They played, they laughed, they talked and had fun together. Then they went to bed. In the morning, Mr. Mice discovered that his brother was sick and coughing and not feeling well. So he headed to the pharmacy to get some cough medicine. When he got there, the pharmacist told him that they didn't have any right now. So Mr. Mice went to his friend's house. His friend told him that his brother didn't need any cough medicine and that his brother needed to go to the hospital. So Mr. Mice went back home and told his brother everything. So Mr. Mice quickly took his brother to the hospital. They ran some tests on him and saw that his lungs were infected. After a few tests, the doctor said that he just needed to take his medications and he'll be fine after a few weeks. Mr. Mice's brother went home and started taking the medications. And after a few weeks, he got better. The end.